Good afternoon, everyone. TJ here for your 12 p.m. Express Abs class. For today's class, you will need a mat and a lighter dumbbell for one of the exercises that we will be doing today. I'm just going to take the wallet out of my back pocket. All right. So starting off, just getting our low back good and strong and ready. All right, so we're going to do a bridge. So heel close to your backside and just starting off with your feet and your knees shoulder width apart, driving the hip up and down, just squeezing through the glutes at the top so you feel it through the low back. You may feel a little pressure through the top of your knee, but it should not be bothering you in any way. So again, squeeze at the top. Nice job. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right. So we're going to start off with legs straight up in the air. And if you want, you can place your one hand behind your head just for neck support. And so we're going to do a cherry picker. If you were doing the hand behind your head, just focus on opposite hand, opposite foot, and they'll tell you halfway and you just switch and do the other side. All right, ready? Go. So you can just alternate hand to opposite foot. Otherwise, you can support that head with the one hand, switch sides if you are doing so and doing the other leg. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice job. So we're going to go back to the bridge, and this time we're going to do a tippy toe one. So pretty much it's you doing your bridge, but then your heels lift off the ground, squeezing through your glutes. You feel a little more. All right, ready? Go. Excellent. Keep going. So really squeezing through those glutes at the top or through the hip. Feeling it through the small of your back or your low back. And again, just making sure you're keeping those heels as close to your backside. 3, 2, 1. Nice job. All right, so we're going to go back to that cherry picker. So again, one hand behind your head if you just want to do opposite hand to opposite leg for one side, and then just switch halfway through and do the other side. Otherwise, alternate as you choose. All right, ready? Go. So if you're able to do it without the hand behind your head, just be a little careful about like jetting your head or kind of pushing your neck and your head forward. Hopefully not causing any unwanted tension. Halfway, if you haven't switched hands by now, if you need it. Almost there. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Excellent. All right, so we are going to do one more between the bridge on the tippy toes, and then back to that cherry picker. All right, ready? Go. So tippy toe bridge. Great job, everyone. Keep going. Really squeezing through those glutes. If your feet get too far away from you, you might be feeling it more in the back of your leg versus your low back. 3, 2, 1. Excellent. All right, so one last and final cherry picker. All right, ready, go. Nice job, everyone. Keep going. Halfway, if you're using that hand behind your head, just switch hands. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Excellent. All right. So before we move into our next one, I want you to hug your knees into your chest, and you can just hold it here, just feeling that stretch in the low back. If you want, you can add a little bit of a rocking back and forth motion. Just do what feels right to you. Just listen to your body. All right, so let's move into the next exercise. So I want you to sit up onto your tailbone, and we're going to use our dumbbell, and we're going to do our Russian twist. All right. So feet flat on the floor, just holding that dumbbell between both hands and just making that 180-degree motion, or like you're driving a car. All right, ready? Go if you haven't. So bracing the core, just being careful that if you sit too far back, you might feel a little more pressure in the low back. If you feel like it's still causing pressure, maybe lose the weight. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, so we're going to put that dumbbell down. We're now going to make our way back down to the floor. So legs extended, hands behind your head, so feet together, knees together. And we're going to do a crunch for the lower part of our core. What's below our belt? Ready? Go. So hands behind your head, making sure that we're not pulling on the head. And making sure that the chin is staying off of our chest. And again, still keeping those feet together, knees together, while the shoulder blades barely come off the floor. Again, squeeze those feet together. Nice job. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Excellent. Before we sit back up, just hands overhead. And if it helps, you can point your toes away from your body. Just feeling that stretch through your core. And we're going to slowly sit back up onto our tailbone. And we're going to go back to that Russian twist. All right. If you feel like that bothered your back too much, you can always just continue to lie back and just move your knees, which are bent side to side, if you feel like that's a little easier to do. All right, ready? So those two options, go. So either lying back and just rotating the legs in that side to side motion, just doing what you can. Otherwise, the Russian twist, whether you choose to use your dumbbell or not. So bracing that core, making sure you look far enough out in front of you so that way you don't get dizzy doing this exercise. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, so we're going to go lie back. So lie back, extend those legs, feet together, knees together. And we're going to go into it. Ready? Go. Excellent job. Keep it up. After this, we will do one more round of each. And then we're going to move on again to a different exercise. See how much time we have. Remember, keep those feet together, knees together. Chin is off your chest. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Excellent. Before we roll up, hands overhead, point your toes away from your body. And just make sure you're breathing. And when you're ready, I want you to come up onto your tailbone unless you are doing the other exercise that I was telling you about. All right, so one last final Russian twist. Ready? Go. Nice job. Keep it up. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. Excellent. So we're going to lie back one last final time with that crunch, and our feet are extended, but they're together. Ready? Last one. Go. Again, keeping those feet together, knees together, chin off of your chest, shoulder blades barely coming off the floor. Making sure you're breathing out on the way up, in, on the way down. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, hands overhead, point your toes away from your body. All right, so we're going to turn it over and we're going to go into our pillar bridge or our plank, however you know it as. All right, so whether you're on your hands or you're on your elbows or you're on your feet or you're on your knees. If you're on your knees, it's a lot easier than on your feet. All right, so just keeping that body straight. Ready? Up. So bracing the core, belly button drawn towards the spine. Making sure that your hands are directly underneath your shoulders. Making sure that the hip stays in line with the body, that we don't necessarily pike it up or sticking that butt up in the air or letting the hip drop down. 3, 2, 1, drop it down. And we're going to go into that mini Sphinx pose, all right? So this yoga pose where we're lying pretty much on the ground, we're on our elbows, feeling that stretch through the front of our core. All right, so we're gonna come back into it again. So back to that pillar bridge or plank, whichever one you call it as. Ready? Up. Now, if you were on your knees and you need to modify, again, you could drop down to your, if you're on your feet, you could drop to your knees. If you feel like this is too hard on your shoulder, maybe the elbow is a little easier. But keeping that body straight from shoulder, hip to knee or shoulder, hip to heel. You got this, come on. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, this time we're going to go into child's pose. So sitting back onto those heels. Hands are overhead, kind of in that fetal position, but face down. Feeling that stretch through your low back. So we're going to do one last one. And then we're going to go into the Sphinx pose, and then we're going to sit back into the child's pose. So in that order. All right, ready? Up. So starting off with our pillar bridge. Again, you have that option of being on your knees if you choose, or on your elbows if you choose to do that as well. And again, really keeping that body straight, making sure that the hip does not drop down or that we put our backside up in the air. Straight bodies. We've got this. Keep going. Breathe. Keep it up. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, moving into that Sphinx pose. So again, just lying on our hip, we're on our elbows. If you want to feel that stretch a little more and your low back can handle it, you could push through your hands. Nice job. All right, now I want you to sit back onto your heels into child's pose. Again, just stretching out the low back. I want you to walk your hands to the left, just to feel that stretch kind of move off to the side of your low back. And then I want you to walk your hands over to your right. Feel it on the other side. Awesome job, everyone. I know I'm just slightly over. All right, so come back at 2 p.m. for the last Thrive in 5 movement break. Otherwise, have a great day. Bye, everyone.